All right, the next step, what we're going to do is add snow on the tiger. And to do that, I wanted to teach you how to make your own brush. It's very useful. So pretty simple. Let's create a new document for now. Let's go here in Photoshop, new document, and let's make it not too big. Compared to, I'm going to escape out of this. Go into image size. Just want to get an idea. We're 2000 by 1200 pixels about. And I want a brush to be about this size. So new document, let's do something like 250 by 250. I think that's a pretty good size, or even 300. Let's do 300 by 300. And the resolution should be 72. DPI, background, let's make it black, and create. All right, so what we're gonna do is, like we did earlier for the snow, we're going to add some noise, hit OK, and then Command T. Well, actually, backgrounds have to be made into a layer, so double click on the background to turn it into a layer, and then Command T again. We're transform, and link them, and let's do 250%. Is that good enough? Return. It's not bad. Kind of like that. Maybe a little bigger. Let's try bigger. Or let's see. If I hit Command L and I darken to get rid of my snow, actually it's pretty perfect. This is exactly what we need. Perfect snow. Okay. Bring it a little more. Something like this. I don't want too much. I like the variety, so that's good. Something like that. Okay. All right. Hit OK. All right. And then now I need this to be transparent. And actually, let's just add another layer here, and take the gradient tool, hit the default button, and let's just ghost out the edges so it fades to black on every corner. Okay, something like this, and like this. Okay, so we're really, and we can even do a little bit on the corners if we want to, just to make it even more round. Something like that. Okay, so I've added gradients in every corner, and then now, very simply, edit, define brush preset. Let's call this snow. Okay, so now if I go to the brushes, and I have that square. I think I may have to inverse this. So to do that, very simply select these two. Select these and hit Command E to merge the layers, or you can find it in here, layers and merge layers. And then here we're going to invert it, so image and invert. Okay, so now it's inverted, and do the same thing, define brush preset, snow. Okay, and now we have it without that square. It was inverted, it was negative. All right, let's just move this out of the way, come back to our tiger, and let's make a new layer, and this will be snow. So you can see, if I hit white in the front with 100% opacity, that I have snow and lots of it. All right, so I like that. Let's zoom in a little bit. And so my snow is pretty good. It's a little big. Let's make it a little smaller. So I'm at 300 pixels. Let's go to 150. See how it automatically just sort of switched out. It changed the size, which is nice. I don't have to scale every time. Okay, one thing I do want is I just want it on the tiger. So I need to make a mask. Command click the tiger mask to get the selection. And then go back up to my layer here and hit mask. All right, well, let's name this tiger snow. And here, we're going to go ahead and click a bunch of times to add snow at the top of him, all right? Okay, something like that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So sometimes having a brush preset is really nice. I can go ahead and change these the sizes, so it's making it really sort of random. If you find yourself clicking and having a pattern like that, go to the brushes up here and click on the, here we go, brushes, this thing. and you have spacing. Right now it's 10%, so let's just make it even more. You can see down here, see the repetitive pattern is not letting you overlap. So 80% is pretty good, okay? So that way you can just comfortably just click and drag and it's not gonna create weird patterns. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit, see where we're at. I like it. He's definitely got some snow on him. Let's make some more. All right, maybe a little smaller. It's pretty cool, I like it. All right, let's see what we got before, after. You can always go ahead and mask some out, but for now, this works pretty well. All right, well, you can always mask some out if there's too much, but for now I like it. Let's see, I like that, that's good. Okay, maybe a little bit more at the top. So what I can do as well is, let's group this, and instead of having the mask on the layer, let's add that mask to the group, like so, and then go ahead and delete this mask. Delete it, okay? That way if I decide to, hey, let's duplicate this, make another level, see that? I've doubled the amount of snow, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to actually move this up a little bit, just so it's a little more, I like it more at the top. Let's just leave it like that. Make a little mask here, go to the brushes, but this time instead of my new snow that it's over here, let's go ahead and hit return, and I'm going to mask, so black to conceal, and I'm going to just get rid of some of it that's over here. I want it really at the top. I want it strong at the top. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And I can also go in here and kind of fuzz out this mask right here, because I feel like it's really sharp on his back. Let's see what happens if I, ooh, it's giving him a glow. That's not good. All right, let's just keep it. Let's keep it at a sharp. Let me see if I move this. Just move the mask alone. One. Yeah, it adds a little bit of a layer. So I moved it 1 pixel up, and it adds a little bit of a layer of snow on him, which I kind of like. That's cool. All right. So looking back, I feel like the tiger's color is still a little too warm. So let's go back. Let's name this Tiger Snow and relink it. All right. Let's go back down to our actual tiger and open this up. And I feel like I should be more blue. And that'll be in the color balance. So let's go into color balance, midtones. Let's bring this a little bluer. Something like so. Hit OK. Yeah, I still want more. I think I want to go away from, there we go. Go away from that red warmth. And highlights maybe a little more. Something like that. There you go. You see that white balance is now much more, if we compare what we just had, so here in the history, if we go here, before, after, see that's a minor change, but it makes a huge difference. Here, it feels like he's a little out of place, and now he's much more here, much more in scene, so that really helps. All right, let's go ahead and close this, and now we have our snow. Then we're gonna do some overall colors to kind of bring the whole thing together, and we should be good.